Hi, the topic today, the disobedient servant of Nigeria. We all have a moral obligation to make our country better. We have a moral duty to make our country better. If you are neutral on a situation of injustice and you are on the side of the oppressor, that was what Desmond Tutu said. So installing a president that was not duly elected is unacceptable. You cannot suspend the constitution and sworn in a president, people didn't vote for. You have practically overthrown democracy by doing that. That is why we are calling on Nigerians to resist this kind of action, because the message is sending is that you can be a president without following the law. You can be a president without using the constitution, because without the constitution there is no responsibility, there is no law and order, and we cannot allow this to continue in Nigeria in this 21st century. Previous governments have done it and went scot-free. But we're not going to allow this, because sending a message, that we will continue as business as usual and leaving Nigerians dispossessed is unacceptable. So that's why I'm calling on all Nigerians not to accept this president, because the biblical something is dead on arrival, because he's not going to do anything, because he didn't allow himself to be tested. He didn't allow himself to be examined. He didn't allow himself, to go through the due process. Because without going through the due process, how do you send a message to the policeman in the street? How do you send a message to the man in the street? How do you send a message to the trader in the market that business as usual is no longer accepted? So if we don't follow a process, then the result is counterproductive. And that is what we're saying, that before you become a president, you must follow the due process. You must go through an election in a way that is legitimate, in a way that represents the will of the people. You cannot truncate the will of the people and you think you can rule them. It is not done. Because leadership is a tough game. Leadership is not something we say, it is my turn. It doesn't go like that. Leadership is not say, oh, this is a brother thing, this is a sister thing. That is not what leadership is all about. Because leadership involves somebody, giving up himself. Who will build the road? Who will farm the ground? Who will plant? You cannot do these things without deep dedication. So sending a message you can become a president, sending such a message is deception. You are deceiving Nigerians, because the tax ahead is tough. The tax ahead is unimaginable. And if you don't bring somebody who is committed, who is deeply committed to the Constitution, to the love of Nigerians, who can relate to Nigerians in the first place. So Tinubu cannot relate to Nigerians in all ramifications. So swearing him in is unconstitutional, because he didn't allow himself to be questioned. He didn't allow himself to be examined. He didn't allow himself to be censored. So we need a president who can send a message to the entire nation, to the entire citizens of Nigeria, that business as usual is no longer accepted. That this is the time of building our democracy. This is the time of building our country. You know, this is not a child's play. This is not, it is my turn. This is my brother. This is my religion. We are above these things. We are above these petty emotions. So we need to call a spade a spade. Please do not swear in somebody who is not duly elected. Don't overthrow the Constitution. Don't suspend the Constitution. Use the Constitution. Follow the Constitution. And beside, the judiciary is on trial at this time. This is the time appointed for the judiciary to demonstrate that they understand the rule of law. But if they truncate it, if they mess it up, then they've gone down in the history as a disaster. And we don't want to see this happen. So that is why we are saying that we have to call a spade a spade. Please do not allow this swearing in to go in. Do not accept it. Even after he has been sworn in, we will resist it because he is not duly elected. He has stolen the mandate, and Nigerians are tired of stealing mandates. We've seen for the past 8 years what it cost us. We cannot lower our standard because of anybody. If you don't meet the standard, you find your way out. That is leadership. It is not, it is my turn. It is not, it is my brother. It is not, it is my sister, because we need to be dedicated. We need people who are consistent. We need people who will do the job. We need people who will look at Nigerians and relate to them in a very important way. We need people who have deep understanding of things, who will build Nigeria in a way that is of the standard that everybody will look at it and say, look, we've done a good job. Thank you.